So, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the DeezQuibs podcast. Ryan, what episode is this?
39.
Oh, shit. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. We're episode 39. I'm Dino.
Omarion. Ryan.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dino.
Hey, there we go. And guys, today, I want to talk about some deep shit. But
What do you
before
mean
I
by
ask,
Like deep dish.
low deep dish, one of them. But before I ask, before we even begin, how are you guys?
School sucks and work is tiring.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Omar?
It's life.
Damn, what if you sound tired?
Well,
Where's the life in the statement?
well,
You kind of get burnt out.
you do. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I remember when I was in school. Good times.
You talk about like as if it's a long time.
Yeah,
It was
a long time ago.
Sounds like a lifetime ago.
it was-
But okay, before we even begin to talk about the bulk of our conversation, there's been big NBA news, and Blake Griffin is joining the Brooklyn Nets.
Is that big?
Oh, that's big. That's big four.
I don't follow the.
Well, I guess yeah. So, what do you guys think about that move?
Well, I mean, he's still a dunker, not anymore.
They say yeah, he's still pretty good. It's just the Detroit
I think-
Pistons losing good.
Well, his injuries. He's injury prone, right? And like his injuries have kind of hurt his athleticism. So I don't. We'll see how it goes. Might not get that much playing time, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, on the Las Vegas betting, I think the Brooklyn Nets went up like 300% to be title contenders with just his move alone.
Isn't
He's-
Kevin Durant still injured though?
Yeah, for the time being. But Blake Griffin, he's reunited with DeAndre Jordan. Those two are back together.
That's
The
true.
Lob City.
True, actually. Wow.
All right. Outside of the news,
Spicy though.
yeah, I want to ask you guys some interesting questions to think about.
Wait, now that I think about it, that's actually a big ass front court. What the fuck?
Other than that, let's do Blake Griffin. He can shoot threes now, so I think it'll be interesting.
Cool. They actually need. Oh, okay. That's spicy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something new.
You're saying? Sorry.
Going back to what I said, I'm gonna ask you guys. Before I've asked you in the previous episodes, I asked you guys hypothetical questions to think about, but now this one's more like deep questions. Just reflect on your life. Basically, the type of questions we ask our guests.
You mean no longer? What mosquito would you squeeze milk out of? Not that.
Yeah. Would you go to Arby's for the meats?
Yeah.
Yo, hey, we ain't gonna talk about Arby's like that, all right?
Oh,
Let's get
they
the
have.
smokehouse biscuit. What'd you say?
It's funny. Last week you mentioned about like chocolate mint, like the Andes chocolate,
Uh-huh.
and who would have thunk that Arby's came out with like a mint, like the shake, a milkshake with that of
Yeah,
Andes mint.
I told you. See, I sponsor them, bro.
Do
They-
we really? Do we
I'm
really?
I'm the advisor for Arby's.
Shamrock shake's better.
But
that's,
I agree too.
No, but the Shamrock's shake have the bits of the Andes mint inside the shake.
But then you can add bigger bits of your own chocolate. So
That's too much work, bro. I just want to drink it as soon as I order it.
yeah, you sound like every Karen I met at my boba shop. Thank you.
I'm like, yeah. All right, so the first question I want to ask you guys. Let's see. We have a lot of questions here.
Oh, I do a lot. Goddamn, bro.
I thought you were prepared. I thought.
Right. If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer it truthfully, who and what would you ask? Could be anyone, dead or alive.
Dude, these are like questions that you ask and you kind of need time to think about. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, let me-
No. We ain't got time on this podcast, bro.
Like-
I want you to answer this right now.
This might be the most dead air podcast. Like after you ask a question, we're all gonna be silent, just
It's only
thinking
dead
of
air.
it.
It's only-
like 3 minutes.
Nah, we live in that live air. Bro.
Okay, fine. Who would you?
Who would you see then?
Right away, I asked Michael Jackson. I said, how long did it take you to perfect the moonwalk? Think about it. No one else does it like him. No other artists. Obviously, there's dancers there who emulate him, but to get it to his level, see, that's something. See, that's something that I gotta ask.
Are we being serious with these answers, or can we joke around?
Well, it's whatever you want. It's a
Okay,
podcast.
I'd ask Michael Jackson if he really did those kids. There you
God
go.
damn. I thought I'm not too sure on this, but wasn't there evidence that came out that he didn't? Like it was all just a Hollywood rumor?
Well, if I
But
get to
people-
ask him, we'll find out.
Oh damn. What about you, Ryan?
I'd probably ask Michael Jackson, like, if there's an artist you would collab with like today's music, who would it be?
Oh, for sure, you're gonna say Drake.
So we're all asking.
Dude,
We're all asking,
that'd be interesting.
we're all asking Michael Jackson a question.
Yeah.
I would. If I were to meet that guy, if I ever had the chance to meet him ever, I would.
No,
have,
I feel like you would ask Kobe something.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
there
would.
you
Him,
go.
I would.
Oh,
ask.
sure.
I would definitely ask Kobe. Definitely.
Mhm.
I would ask him the one thing is like, how do you shoot your shot? There you go.
God damn, rest in peace, Kobe. All right, the next question I want to ask. So I guess to answer your question, I think you could go a little. I guess it's up to you if you want to mess around with the answers, but like I said, these are like deeper questions. So this next one is: what does your ideal life look like?
That's a good question.
What is it like ideal? Like just
Is that whatever you
Uh,
perceive as ideal to you?
I guess for me it's just not having to worry about like any bills. Like just at least having a home and a bed. Like I'm pretty much like a minimalist as long as I don't have to worry about things that I worry about now. That's complete.
No, that's very good.
What about you?
My answer, you guys probably not gonna like it, but my
Well, it's your
ideal
answer.
life,
Oye.
it's actually just the way it is.
That's good. That's actually the best scenario or answer.
You guys know who Alan Watts is? He was like a famous
Is
spiritual teacher slash hippie back in like the 50s and 60s.
I know JJ Watt and he plays for the Cardinals now. So
I think that's his grandpa.
True.
Well, basically, going back to us, Alan
no,
Watts.
I don't know who.
He's a hippie. He's one of those famous hippies from the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So yeah, he had seminars where he talked about like his hippie ideologies. He's very spiritual. But one of the quotes that I like from him was that literally the only thing that we were made to do is just live. And he said he doesn't understand why everyone lives life in a panic, trying to become something greater than themselves when the only thing there is to do in life is just live.
Does this guy invent the Watt light bulb too as well, or he's
I don't know
the
if-
guy who invented the light?
No,
And
I think
then no,
that's
when he
his
what?
grandpa.
Oh, when he thought of the idea, a light bulb, ping, his own light bulb came up. He's like, I got it. I got the
Yeah,
idea.
I'm glad you brought it up because I think he has a metaphor about like something about light bulbs. He's also someone like he talked about our previous podcast. Remember I talked about the philosophy behind the yin and yang. Everything
Yes.
exists.
Mhm.
Yes, he's also like a hippie. He just sees life from like a spiritual standpoint. So I just thought that was very eye opening. Like literally, when you look into a person's life and you look into your life, you're gonna reach a point. Maybe you reached it already, or if you haven't, you will reach it where you realize like you already have everything you want.
That's,
like
I mean, good for you.
Yeah, like a good example of when I had this type of thinking was my time in college. Like the whole time I was there, I thought graduating was gonna like make me happier, like be the icing on the cake. Like, oh, I'm finally done. But you know what happened? My life is still the same. Nothing's changed.
Do you think it would have been different if COVID didn't happen? Like,
Honestly, I did think about that, but I think nah. I think at the end of the day, I was in college and now I'm not. And I'm happy. with the way I lived it.
Well, I'm glad you are. Ryan, what would you what's funny about that?
That's the way you said it.
I have big genuine
No, yeah,
Ryan,
I'm glad you are.
Ryan, what
Actually,
you
Ryan, don't go, Ryan. Ryan, please go.
Ideal life. I mean, it's not bad right now. It's just like I would prefer to be done with school. That and like after that, I would like prefer to have two jobs too, so I can like, you know, do what I want in life. So yeah,
Your ideal life is to have 2 jobs?
yeah. I don't
Let me
mind.
ask you this, Ryan.
Alright.
What's being done with school gonna
Alright.
change for you?
Letting go like another burden on my shoulders.
That's yeah.
What if
There
I
you go.
told you that type of burden doesn't go away, but evolves into something else? How would that change
Something
you?
else and I have to like adapt then. Shit.
Okay,
There you go. See?
that's what I wanted to bring. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Moving on. The next question is, what was currently with your life right now? What was the greatest day of your life?
Oh my god, dude. That's
Like it's
I don't
single
know.
out one.
What the heck? One day out of That's
If you
hard.
want, you can talk about multiple days, but that's just a question that was prompted.
I'm gonna go with I could say one day, but I feel like there's a lot more that have yet to come.
Mhm.
Like there's still a lot more. Like I wouldn't say there is one day that stands out, but I wouldn't say that there's a multiple, you know.
Mhm.
Still a lot more to go.
That's true. For me, it's actually very interesting. But every year, my birthday, like obviously, like our friends and family always come over. But specifically, my 15th birthday, for some reason, I don't know why I did this, but we had a family party where like the relatives and everyone comes, and for one day, I just went in the bathroom and I started crying, like tears of joy.
Oh.
Then I was still to this day I still wondered why I did that, because literally my thinking at the time was I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and cry. Yeah, looking as like me right now, looking back, I'm probably thinking like I'm just enjoying my birthday. Like it was nice. I'm happy. Like I see everyone. But maybe I'm thinking, what if it was just a moment where I like finally like just took the time to appreciate it? Because you know how nowadays like we just live every day and we don't really take time to appreciate what we do every day. So when I turned 15, that was like a moment like I just remembered, and I want to share that.
Nice.
Sorry,
What
bro, you're
happened? What
offended.
was that like? Like was wait? I don't wait. What? I don't.
I said sorry,
I
you
don't
offended.
Was it? I don't. Who would be offended by
It's
it?
a joke.
Was
It's
it
a
the whole like your whole?
joke. Yeah,
I
the typical
would
family,
it be
like your
because your
family
whole?
party. It's the
Was it
same.
because you like?
That's the thing.
But
It's
like
nothing
maybe you were
different.
more appreciative that day that they were all together. Maybe I don't know.
No, but that's the thing. It's not like it's a special event where more people came than usual. It's your typical like what I go through every day or every family occasion. There's nothing different, nothing special, but just
Hmm.
that instance, that day, like that moment was just like I'll never forget it. It's just something I did out of character.
That's deep. That's oh, that's pretty good.
That was when I was
Do you have
15,
it?
so I'm 23 now. So that was like almost that was 8
8 years.
years ago.
Yep, 8 years.
Yeah, that was 8 years ago.
It was
No,
8 years.
That's honestly.
do you have any other ones that like that significant, or is it just that one?
Well, this one's it was funny. It's not the same like happy note, but I remember in seventh grade. So this was when I was 13, so 2 years before. I don't know if I shared this story on the podcast before, but at that age, me and my brother got in trouble for shoplifting at a store. We were stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I remember like, dude, my thinking at the time was the reason I didn't go into that store looking to steal. What led to that decision was that we were checking out the cards. Then someone prior to us broke one of the bins, and
Oh.
all the cards were like all over the place. So I literally just took one card, just one, and that's the lesson I want to share because that's all it took. So I took one card. I saw Mirror Force, and everyone knows how deadly Mirror Force is in Yu-Gi-Oh. If you attack, your whole opponent gets destroyed. So
You got the card.
now you understand why I had to take it. But basically, that's the card I took. So then on the way out, the security guard, he chased us down. He said like, "Oh, you guys had to come with me." And then my brother he said our parents are waiting. Can one of us just go? So he took me because I'm the one who took the card. So then, dude, I was so naive. I remember on the way to the camera room, I asked him, "Am I in trouble?" He said no. Then I'm like, "Oh shit, he lied to me." But obviously, like I'm the one who's stealing. So then when he took me to the camera in the back room, he was like, "Listen," he's like, "Listen, kid, I've been doing this job for 15 years, and like I know a shoplifter when I see one. So tell me what you took." And this is where things get interesting because remember I told you guys I took one card.
Mm-hmm.
He was accusing me of breaking the bin. And then I said no. Like that's when like I realized like I truly been lied to because he's accusing me of something I didn't do. Then again, I was caught in the act because I did steal one card, but you see what it led to? It led me into more shit. But basically, my older brother, he started getting curious. He's like, "What the hell is taking so long? I thought they're just gonna report it." So he comes looking for me, and then the guy was, me and my brother were kind of not fighting, but we're kind of bickering. The guy, we're saying like, "Yo, that's someone else, bro. Like, we didn't break the bin." And he's like, "We have you on cameras," and we're like, "Yeah, check the cameras," because we didn't break it. And then to make things even more worse, my parents were waiting for me, and then they realized we're not answering our phones or anything. So my dad, he did the worst thing possible and called the cops.
Oh my god.
Now is instead of having it, the reason I say it's the worst thing is now it's not a shoplifting issue between me and the store. Now the police is involved. So now my punishment is gonna go up, which is what happened. So the cop came. Is the police were like, "Okay, we're taking over this case. This is a felony case over one card. So keep that in mind, one card." So then the cop was like, "Dude, there were just little kids, but they're so fucked up to us. They were saying like, yeah, you're gonna go 10 months in juvie, and like these kids are gonna be held back in school." And they let my older brother have it worse. They told him like, because he's a senior in high school at the time, he was 17, and they said say goodbye to college and like all UC and all that. Then me being a naive 13-year-old, I was like, I just wanted to get out of here. Like I didn't know what's happening. But looking back at it, what they said, like that's pretty fucked up. Then my dad, like he was irate, like he finally came. And he's like he's because he's the one that called the cops, so he liked how they're giving us like a punishment. But then once the cop told my dad they're taking us to juvie for 10 months, that's when my dad like started pleading, like, please don't. These are good kids. They just made a mistake. And the narrative was that we broke the bin and took the cards. That's why it's a lot worse than it is. But luckily, when all hope was lost, for no reason at all, the Navy commander, one of the, I forgot what fleet it was. I think one of the big fleets in the Navy, the commander came. He just wanted to say hi to like the people in the store. And thank God he was Filipino. So he saw my dad. You know, all Filipinos know each other. He was like, "Oi." He came to say hi to my dad, even though they don't know each other, but they just started talking Tagalog. Then my dad told him everything. Like, my kids are good. Like, they just made a mistake. It's just cards. Please let them go. Then the cop was telling the commander, like, it's a felony. I forgot what he said the code, and then like we had to go to 10 months in juvie. And then they told the security guard for the shop, they totally dismissed him. They said like this is not your record no more. This is ours. So it's just interesting seeing like the structure of power. And the Navy commander, he's like 10 months. Talk about 10 minutes. And then the commander told the cop to dismiss the case and like let the kids go. They're good. He told what my dad said. They're good kids. They just made a mistake. You don't need to traumatize them for no reason. And then the cop was saying like, we need to file a report, something. The commander is like, nah, file whatever you want, but don't take these kids. So then afterwards, like, thank God, like our punishment, we didn't. I'm supposed to be in juvie, but because of what happened, I'm not. Then in the car, oh my God, my dad was so mad.
Got the recoil. Got the recoil.
But seeing like what that did to because my mom, she was like crying too. My dad was mad. My mom's crying. Like that was like the lowest point of my life. That's when I realized like I took life for granted. Like I said, I could have been in juvie. This could have all been like taken away from me. I would have had a face tat if I went to juvie. We'd be having the same conversation, but I have a face tat.
What kind of face tat would you have though?
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh card. I said never forget.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, so
What
it's
happened to the
basically
Yu-Gi-Oh card?
You have them in the card
Did
though.
you keep it?
hell yeah, I kept it. Why would I return it? It's in my pocket. They ain't gonna take it from me.
So you still have the card to this day, is that right? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think it's been a while. I have to look for my old. If I find my old Yu-Gi-Oh collection, I guarantee it's there. I just gotta look for it. But basically, dude, on the way back, yeah, my dad took my phone. Then like he took away the PS3 at the time, so I couldn't play zombies. That's basically what I was. That's what I was stressing about. I was like, fuck, I can't play zombies, and I can't have my phone. But basically, yeah, dude, just seeing how I hurt my parents. That's the first time I'd say like I hurt really hurt my parents. And then yeah, that's when I like ever since that day it shaped me up. Now I work for the police. I switch sides.
Double agent. He's gonna fight.
But to this day, like you guys said, I'll never get back the card. And then this is just a side story, but my dad, he kind of let me off the hook early because a few months later,
He got caught stealing a Pokemon card. Bail him out. You had to bail him out, and so he's like, "Fuck."
You know how I told you guys I hurt my parents. So to give you an idea of it, you know how when you guys come over, I'm very vocal. Like I'm always talking to my dad and my mom.
Yeah.
I'm always saying a joke. Yeah, tensions was so bad that I didn't speak to my dad for like 4 weeks. After that time, and what made me speak to him was that it was Father's Day. That's the day we had to break the silence because obviously it's Father's Day.
Mm.
Then my younger brother, he's lucky. He went to 6th grade camp. So I think towards the middle of it, he avoided the tension. But you can tell it was just the house wasn't itself. But then going back to what I was saying before, my dad forgave me faster than my older brother because a few months later, my older brother when I say he's senior in high school, he got caught for like smoking cigs. I don't know how, but I guess he got snitched on. He's smoking cigs in the parking lot.
The hell?
And then my dad was like, "What the hell?" That's when my dad realized too. Like, okay, wait, I'm like, it's not here.
And on cue.
It's my dad.
And on cue.
Okay, he just left. Yeah, my dad just walked in, but basically he said like, "All right, my son's acting out because I need to do something." So that's when my dad realized that. Instead of being like the same old, like put it on the kids. So that's something. Like I said, see, those are little things that I noticed that like I appreciate, and hopefully when I become a father, like that's something that is something to think about. And I'm glad I went through that.
You're gonna have your son steal a Pokemon card, then get bailed out.
Or you told, yep. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all the cards.
He better not be smoking them cigs. Aw, damn it. The Navy commander is like, I ain't bailing y'all out on that one.
All right, Ryan, your turn. What's your one day?
That one day, I would probably say the greatest day. I'd probably be the day I met Paul Walker back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that because like I'm still a huge like Fast and Furious fanatic. Like I still am to this day. But it's just like, watching like all those movies like growing up, and it's like you meet someone like you've been like fucking watching it for like how many years, like in person. It's like an unreal feeling. You know what I mean? Like meeting one of your childhood idols. Because like after I took a picture of them and talked to him a little bit too. Me and him talked for like a good like 45 minutes actually.
Damn.
We talked about cars and Fast and Furious and car stuff too.
Mhm.
And I shook his hand, right? And I was like, damn, it's a very firm handshake. Oh wow. And then yeah, we talked about cars. So I asked him too, like, how did you get your Skyline into the US? And the first thing he told me was like he had it registered in Arizona. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, now I know what to do then. Okay, now I know what to do. And then I talked to him more about like how he got into cars, and he said like growing up, like I think it was a lot of it had to do with like Fast and Furious is what he also told me, because like back then too, like the car scene was like Hondas and like Integras, or, like Civics, Integras, like I don't know, like those two cars like the biggest ones back then. But then like after like two like Fast and Furious and then Too Fast Too Furious, that's when we start getting into like like an actual Supra, a Skyline, and those expensive ass rare JDM cars. Like we just talked about those for like a good like 30 minutes, and we talked about like, the movies too. However, like part of me wanted to say too, like I should have told him this because I know it could have made him laugh. I should have told him that like if you need a Filipino guy in the background of your movies, I'm the guy. I'm the dude. Yeah, but like I don't know, like just talking to like someone you idolize like growing up, or like someone that you like I said, it's like it feels so unreal that it's like after talking to them for like that much time, I was just so happy and like amazed that still happened. Like I couldn't stop talking about it, like thinking about like the past like week, or even after like 2 weeks after I left Hawaii too.
Mhm.
That's probably why like and when he passed away too, like I was so like sad, like so bummed out, because like there's so much I still want to ask him too, like about car stuff, because like when you're in high school, you think about what car you want to get because you're at that age, right?
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I remember
Mhm.
before in high school, I told everyone I wasn't gonna get a Civic,
That's true.
and then
Yeah.
after senior year happened, after I graduated, what happened? What did I get? A fucking Civic. So yeah,
I'll never forget that Skyline Sentra. That you
yep,
drove.
yep. You had that fucking GTR Ultima too, Yep.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's still one of the days I've never forgotten ever in my life. That day still holds a special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Omar, what about you?
Yeah, I already went. I was the first one to go.
We gotta go again.
No, next question.
Next question.
That's a lot. That's how. Like,
Right. This next one is it's interesting. Would you rather be crazy rich or deeply in love? And another iteration is what's more important in life, physical wealth or internal happiness?
well, I don't know. It depends on the perspective of the person. If the person's not doing well off in money, of course he's going to take the wealth. If the person's doing well off in money, of course he's going to take the other.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get both? Why do I have to pick?
Yeah, can I have both? Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I think both is the answer.
Yeah, why would I want to pick one?
I think I guess the question is trying to depict
One's greed, one's like if you.
yeah. So I guess in the sense if you're because there's people out there who are very materialistic. Like they like to brag about how much money they got or what stuff they got, what car they drive, like how big their house is. But I think it's those the same old Chinese proverb. Like it's not even if you have all that stuff, if you're not happy like on the inside, what does it truly mean? And a lot of times people do get materialistic stuff in hopes that it would help them internally, just for them to figure out that it does not. And I did mention a Chinese proverb, but I forgot what the proverb was. So moving on. Ooh, okay. What memory instantly makes you smile?
Anytime I think about Disneyland with riding, anytime you get on a ride with Dino, it's anytime that just makes me smile. That time because he'll make you laugh throughout the ride that you forget you're on the ride, and I don't know, it you just like your cheeks hurt from smiling. That's like it's always the funniest time. It's always that's like my favorite. Anytime I
Wow.
think about that, it's always funny.
You got to fill in the listeners on what happened in one of those rides.
Okay, so every time we go on Indiana Jones, he'll he'll just start screaming, or any ride that has like that like moves fast, he'll start screaming, and then he'll what do you scream, Dino? Like say we're on the ride.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what the Indiana Jones ride is, it's basically like it simulates a Jeep ride through the temple. So it's very bumpy and it's very fast paced. So just keep in mind, we're in a car, we're in a Jeep. So the whole time it's going, I'm like, oh, stop the ride, please stop it. I can't breathe. And then, like I said, we're in the car. So then when the ride ends, every time I'm like, man, fuck this Uber. 2 stars.
Fuck this Uber.
It's either that or in the we went to Cars Land. Oh, because we were talking about boxing. We were talking about I think it was Deontay Wilder, and you were telling me like why does he think like that? Like gonna kill somebody? It's like that's just the fighter's mindset. And then you yelled out, "I'm gonna kill you!" And then I guess the ride operator heard us. And he's like, "There'll be no killing in this ride." and then,
What's funny too, we're surrounded by little kids. Like,
yeah.
Oh no.
The little kids are just enjoying their time. On the next thing you know, all year, I'm gonna kill you. Dude, the ride operator is like, there'll be no killing in this establishment.
Yeah. And then I think one that I always laugh at when I think about is when we went on what's that one, the elevator?
It used to be a Twilight Zone. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yeah, I remember when it first
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't because I'll start laughing.
Wait. I want you to refresh my memory.
I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get through it. I'm sorry. You gotta skip me. You gotta skip that part.
Right. We'll let.
Yeah.
Ryan, what memory makes you laugh, or makes you smile at least?
Memory.
Yeah.
Your 21st.
Oh.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah.
Because that was probably the funniest shit I've ever seen, ever, like from you especially. I'll never forget when you were on your bed and then you were fucking shirtless as hell.
Dude, who took off my shirt? That's a real question.
Dude, you said like the randomest shit ever too, dude. Oh my god.
Damn.
That was I don't know. You're hell out of control that night, man. Oh my god. You yacked so many so many people yacked that night. Oh my god. Guys, even Joel yacked.
Who's Joel?
Oh, you're right.
You gotta explain it to the audience.
All right. Might be. Joel is always that one dude we mention somehow every episode. He's been here before.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about. If you guys see his TikToks, you definitely know what I'm talking about.
They don't. I hope not.
Well, if you guys ever see it,
he's a recurring guy, recurring dude.
Yeah, he's very recurring. Long story short, we have a friend, a Filipino friend named the Laxa. The one thing I remember that night, this man Laxa was choking Joel in his sleep. Omar, you might know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, I wish I saw that, dude. I was already dead. But I do hear the story. I love hearing the stories.
Oh my god, I don't know. It was funny too because they were both shirtless when they were doing that shit. Like, oh my god, dude. They were both yakking so much. Good lord.
God
Oh my
damn.
god, that was so funny, dude. Oh my god. No one left until like 2 a.m. or like 3 a.m. that day, dude.
Yeah.
That was wild as shit. Very, very
Damn,
funny.
then I was gone at 11, huh? I left at 11.
KO'd at 11, dude. You did KO at 11, yeah.
Holy. Dude, yeah, we gotta relive it.
What? You won't remember it.
You
So
won't
it's
remember it
fine.
though, especially you won't remember
Yeah,
it.
I can't relive it. I have to re-dye it.
All right. What about you, Dino? What's funny?
Fuck, for me, there's just so many memories that so many stories. Like the two that you guys named, like Disneyland and my 21st, like for sure it's at the top of the list. But I think as of today, I think one thing that I want to share is like I know we talked about this off camera, but basically our trip when we visit Ryan to Arizona. Like that's a memory that I'll never forget just because everything about it. Remember we were late and we were leaving my house. Then the car ride conversations me and Omar had, like the drive, and the conversation we had in the hotel room. And then at your house, right, or your sister's house, when we were just talking, your dad giving us like life advice, witnessing your dad give some other people life advice when maybe he shouldn't, and just taking the time to go to Arizona and just experience like a whole new world. Like that's priceless. However, I'm gonna have to put a price on it.
Yeah.
However,
I had to pay for the hotel. I had to pay for that. There was a price on it.
I will tell you guys this right now in Arizona. Some places now have actually hit $3 in gas, and that's actually a big deal here.
Oh no!
Is that California?
People are saying that now, yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, that's another thing from the Arizona trip. The freaking the state patrol when you're crossing from the California to Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny.
Yeah, so a little side story on the drive there. The driver's window was broken, so you can't pull it down. So when I had to talk to someone, I had to physically open the door. So because I had to do that, I didn't hear the state trooper like what he asked like clearly, but he asked what country you're from, right?
You just said where you're coming from.
Oh yeah, okay. He's asked where you. No, did he ask country? Because remember he said they're trying to be a country.
No, he's. I think it was either just where you were coming from or county, or something like that.
But basically, yeah, he asked something like what county or country, where are you coming from? Did we say California or San Diego? Oh no, yeah, California. We said California. And the trooper was like, "Oh yeah, they are trying to be their own country." Oh no, I remember now because they're looking for illegal like immigrants, like Mexicans. So that's how he asked what country you're from. You said Mexico, then they're probably gonna check you. But he said, "What country are you from?" The right answer was California. Was to say USA like that. That's what he wanted. But we said California, and the trooper was like, "Oh, they're trying to be a country."
He's like, "I know they're trying to be a country, but
yeah." They were like, "Shut up!" Then we just left.
No, but compared to that, on the way back, where we didn't have to deal with any like border patrol at all.
Where they're occupied fixing a fan.
Yeah, they're just like you're just faster.
Yeah, on the way to California, the Arizona guards did not give a fuck. Everyone and anyone is going through it.
Oh, it was the California ones that didn't care.
That's probably
California. Yeah. My bad. Arizona to California. But California to Arizona, that's when they had to stop us. But see, yeah, there's just something stupid like that. Like, never forget it.
Comedy, straight comedy.
Damn. Well, it shows you a border system. We're from Arizona to Cali. A1.
Steak sauce, yes.
Mm-hmm. Right, moving on. Next question is, when is it acceptable, if ever, to disobey the law?
Well, I think it depends, like, laws and morals,
Depends on the situation, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like it depends.
So when would it be okay to disobey that?
Obviously you can't commit murder, but if someone's like harming you in self-defense
Mm-hmm.
or like harming someone close to you, then yeah, that's when you would.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's against the law, but you're trying to protect yourself, self-defense. That's like my first thought.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get that too.
For me, the first question you want to question is, what is the law? Where'd it come from?
What? Came from.
Yes, sir.
All right. Actually, I think I changed my answer. It's when you steal a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and that's where you break the.
And I had to do it. See, there you go. I had to do what I had to do.
There you go.
For the sake of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Juvie. Well, I guess to finish my thought, I guess technically the true answer is anytime. Think about it. You can break the law anytime you want to, as long as you have a valid reason.
Yeah, like speeding. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, basically, what if you need to take a shit? That's a valid reason. Or you would speed. Obviously, speeding is dangerous because you put other people's lives in danger. But like in your perspective, if you had to take a shit and you could speed without hurting anyone, you would do it, right?
Well, also people speed without even noticing every day.
Yeah. So in that case, that's when it's not okay because people are just being ignorant to like putting other people in harm's way.
Yep, especially the street racing hooners.
Oh, so when would it
Fucking
be?
going through every person, every lane. Oh my god.
And then yeah, like to answer, like to reiterate what I said, like the law is literally just rules that like we agree on, right? People in society. Obviously, there's people who don't, but those are just the basic rules that we live to follow. And you have the moral duty. I can't speak. You have the moral rights to break it anytime you want to. That's all I gotta say. So the true answer is there's neither a good or a bad time to break the law. It's just you can break it whenever you want to, and you have the choice to. Yes, sir.
Okay, Ryan, what do you?
I would agree with self-defense. Also, another thing too, it's like if someone in the car has to be home at a certain time, because I want to make sure they don't get in trouble, I will speed just to do that. Or if like someone's giving birth, I will speed for that too. If someone has to if someone's like wounded or like really really hurt and they need to go to a hospital or they're going through some shit at home at their home, that's when I'll speed.
Yeah, I think the answer is just
Situation
and scenario.
So subjective and it's
Yeah.
Person's perspective.
Yeah, that would.
Damn, that shit sounds wrong.
What's the next question, sir?
Do you believe in heaven and hell? So this type of like a religious question. Or at least the idea of heaven and hell. Do you believe when you die, you go to a place where you're judged based on the life you lived?
I don't think so, no. Good. What if you're like have a miscarriage? Would that baby be judged by how they lived? They barely lived.
I guess the answer to that is whatever their life could have been. And that's the thing. No one knows what that potential is. So I'm saying I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Like, how can a baby be judged? Or do they all just go straight to hell?
I don't think there is, I think we just like deep sleep and then that's it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ryan? Is there a heaven or a hell? Damn, this guy's
what do you
deep in thought. He's deep in thought.
Man, got him in his thoughts. He starts crying.
Have you guys watched the show The Good Place?
I want to. I haven't.
But basically, yeah, they kind of the show is technically about this question, and basically, without spoiling it, the synopsis is that the devil he sends these people to like hell, or not really hell, but like his little made hell. Like he's doing an experiment to see if these people who should be going to hell are actually good. And that's the thing. That's what makes this the show like very enjoyable, entertaining, because it shows like although they have their flaws, at the end of the day they have a good heart. So even though they're being sent to hell, is like, do they belong there? And that's what I liked about the show. And they also tackle upon people who are good or overly good and follow the rules of like just being a good person. And it just goes to show they get a kick out of it. Like they being good all the time is actually like kind of depressing, and you don't get to live a truthful, like living a truthful life is experiencing both good and bad. Experiencing just one of them
I think.
is like it's not truthful. And that's what the show is like all about.
Let's see.
Yes,
Okay.
And
sir.
with that being said, Ryan,
I think there definitely is then, like definitely, because like I can't remember what the hell I learned in my world religions class. I feel like it goes along with like what you said about the concept of like yin and yang, you know, because like if which was the good again? The good part again of the yin and yang, was it the yin?
Neither. I
Right?
think they're both equals. They're just both opposites to each other. Opposite
I would probably say that's exactly what heaven and hell is to me. Like they're like opposites of each other.
two opposite constructs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I to add on to my no, I would say no is just so you don't stress out about it. Like that's why I
Mhm.
feel like people stress out or think about too much.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Instead of living life, they just stress out about like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die, and they limit themselves.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. There's an episode about that in the show where there's a guy who is overly stresses. In the end of the episode, you realize the only the only true heaven and hell is what you see right now, this instant.
Ugh, I must be in hell. I see you.
Yes, sir. I said we all going to hell after this. Well, yeah, like I said, I think when you also think about it from my case personally, because my parents like made me go to Sunday school, and I obviously go to church every week. So this concept, heaven, hell, is drilled like to my head as a little kid, and the other kids who went to that school with me. And so, if you die and go to hell, are you expected to just get tortured every day in hell? Like, what's the true like idea behind hell? Obviously, heaven, it's a quote unquote, it's a paradise every day, and life is perfect. But in hell, what's the concept of that? Is that just where
Paradise every day.
that's what they teach the kids? That's what I was taught. That's what I was taught to believe. Like when someone dies, they say, "May they rest in eternal life," basically eternal like heaven. And it's just as I come of age, I think it's the right thing to question. I'm not saying like I'm against it, but it's just I have to question it just because I want some answers. Yes, sir.
You and me both. I actually changed my answer.
Mm-hmm. All right, now moving on. It's probably gonna be our
So,
last question of the day.
next,
Yeah, it's gonna be our last one. Oh, this one's interesting. So, how do you think the world will change? So, this is three questions in one. How do you think the world will change in number one, 10 years? The next one's 50 years. The next one's 100 years. And I'll let you take your time on. I'll let you think about this. I'll go first.
I, I, dude, I don't know. 10 years ago, did you think like Donald Trump and all this QAnon was gonna happen? No,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't. No one
10
knows.
years ago, did you think LeBron
There's
James
my
was getting
answer.
Lakers? I didn't think so.
That's the beauty of life. The
Did
unexpected.
anybody like it's unexpected, you know? That's
Many
it.
things
That's
in
the
life
answer.
are very
No one knows.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always go, we went from like the Wright brothers trying to figure out how to fly to then like 30 years later, I probably got that years wrong, to then like going to the moon. Like they didn't know that. Like some people live that whole like going from barely starting to fly planes to now like going to the moon. No one could have predicted that.
Yeah, now they're trying to
So I'm
visit.
saying is the question
Me.
stupid.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm
What?
glad you brought it up. I said I predicted that. All right.
Oh.
So I was gonna say, I'm glad you said that, because the true answer to that question is, like you said, no one knows.
No one knows. I agree. No one knows.
The only thing we do know is right now, what's going on right now. However, what do I quote unquote think and sort of predict? Because I think I explained this before in a previous podcast, but one of my last college classes was the senior seminar, where you present information based on your major, and I presented like the future of virtual reality, and basically how what our world could potentially be like with too much technology. And you know the old saying, like, everything is good as long as it's enjoyed in moderation. So what is moderation of technology? There kind of isn't one, right? It's just become like part of our lives.
It has, yeah.
And what I think about that, like virtual reality, look at how our entertainment has evolved throughout the years. With TV, you used to sit down at a certain like rush hour, premiere hour, and you would watch TV, your favorite TV shows. You wait for it, and then TV eventually had commercials, or they always had commercials. And it's evolved to now people hardly watch TV. It's all on our phones. And now our entertainment is so like fast paced, like TikTok, Instagram, Vine, where literally you watch 8-second videos, and that's like entertainment. So what I presented was that, like, I think with technology, people are just going to be so dependent on it, and just so living a quote unquote fast paced life, that
Well,
that's
there's
just what I
difference
think
in
the future will be.
dependency, you know, like medical. You're gonna need
Yeah.
like technology. That's good when you're dependent on it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Wally?
Of course.
Wally's a perfect example.
Yes.
Apple. Yep.
I think people don't realize how, in a way, how accurate like that potential future could be.
And it's definitely.
Where, yeah, everyone. That's basically their life is just you're entertained. You're being constantly entertained all the time. You're eating
They have the
good.
screen in front of them, just like
Yeah.
just like watching.
And then one of
So you're
the
saying there's a
turning
rat that
points,
can cook out there? Oh,
low key.
Probably.
One of the turning points in the movie was that the girl, one of the chubby girls, she turned off the guy next to her. She turned off his machine because, well, I think Wally and the other robot, or Eva, the other robot, they're like on the loose. So she turned off his machine to like say, hey, look at that. And then they start interacting. And then it's just crazy how the movie portrayed this as like scares. Then I'm like, oh,
Scary.
yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. The way our technology and our entertainment is shifting, is that like the direction we're heading?
I could see that being a possibility, to be honest.
yeah, probably. You know, and I think that's like human interactions or being outside. I think instead of like looking down, like I mean, when you ever go to a restaurant, how many people are on their phones or like
Like really fucking
like
the whole
outside
fucking
in
restaurant.
general?
For sure. Every table.
Like you gotta like look around at least sometimes.
Or think about this. Who in your life do you know not owns a phone? Like no instance of a phone. Not even a cell phone, not even a land phone.
Just eight.
I'm sure someone who's Amish, but we don't know him.
Like my grandma, the 90-year-old, she doesn't have a cell phone, but next to her she has a land phone. So even I wouldn't count her. See, that's just Amazing. Eugene.
And
with
with
that-
that yawn,
Yeah, with that being said, do you guys have any final messages for the peeps?
If you have midterms coming up, study and do well, and wash your hands and get vaccinated.
Okay, how about you, Omar?
I don't know. What do you like what do you say to other like the
I'll
call to
tell you what
action
they
or
say.
I don't know.
I say thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please tell us if you want us to talk about anything else. And last for hold, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh shit, about to end
Another walk with a minute. I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I been missing out the walk with a minute. I been building up the blocks like a minute. Elliot, your water dripping out the city. Oh my god, boy, he got a Glock. Oh my god, boy, that boy on top.